Hello everyone and welcome to Need for Speed No Limits. So, about a month ago, in Real Racing 3, there was an event that expired, and we couldn't get into the game. You guys all remember that? So I checked out. This Need for Speed, they gave us 50 gold just for clicking on a link to install. Didn't even have to install the game. That happened right before they told us Real Racing 3 is dead. So, yeah, okay. So that day I figured, well, maybe they'll fix it, maybe we won't, didn't hear anything. Let's install this Need for Speed that EA wants us to play. Maybe the Need for Speed mobile game is better than the other Need for Speed games because they're all bloody awful, right? I've been playing Need for Speed since, I don't even know, the 90s, since the first game, since the very first, The Need for Speed. That was before EA, before EA Games. Back then it was just Electronic Arts. It hadn't been abbreviated yet. Back in the good old days, before EA became what they are today. And yeah, those first Need for Speed games, they were great. And then they did a bit of they changed it up a bit from just the usual stuff that they were doing. Here's a bunch of fast cars that you'll never drive in real life. Drive them in the game. And that was all cool until Need for Speed Underground. That changed everything. That was like the vinyls and the mods and the upgrades, and yeah, that was cool. And then Underground 2, everybody still says Underground 2 was the best. I agree that they should just give up on making new games and just remake Underground 2. That's probably their best move. Mind you, you never know. Given the state of their current games, they probably stuff it up if they remade Underground 2. And then Most Wanted, and there were a few good ones in there. Each one was slightly different, and it's sort of, after the first Most Wanted, it's sort of started going down. Shift was a bit different. Pro Street was pretty cool. But yeah, it was on its way down. And that Need for Speed Most Wanted in 2012, that's the last Need for Speed I spent money on, because that game was shit. I mean, it was awful. It was just terrible. And it got rave reviews, and everybody said it's a great game. So I was like, yeah, all right. We're settling for mediocrity now. But let's check this out. So we've done one race. I wasn't impressed immediately because you don't accelerate, you don't brake. You just steer. The steering's, after playing Real Racing 3, the steering is like, it's very different. And there's no controls for sensitivity. So your experience is different on different phones, I guess, and different devices. Depends how your gyro is calibrated. That's gonna, this is just to drive. So your car's just flat out. You can't, there's no brake. There's no accelerator. So from Real Racing 3 to this is just, it's not even a racing game, really. It's just a platformer. You get to swipe up to use your nitrous. And then, yeah, you just smash into police cars. That'll get boring after a while. And there's cool videos and, you know, like, these little sequences are pretty cool, but you know, that'll get boring after a while. This game came out in 2015. I went and looked. I thought maybe because they're advertising it in Real Racing, I thought, hey, Real Racing is coming to an end, but here's a new Need for Speed mobile game. No, this game is entering its 11th year of existence, and here's the problem. It's EA. It's loot boxes, or crates, yeah. So here we go, and again, this is why Battlefield sucks. This is why all these EA games have a box that you can open and pay money for the box. You don't, at least with Real Racing 3, if you spent real money, you knew what you were getting for it. Yeah, in this bullshit, you buy this crate, you open, okay, this is a free one that the game gives you. Okay, I got a Subaru. Okay, cool. But later on, you see now there's blueprints and there's parts and there's this and there's that, and you have to open all the, and I don't know how you earn these crates in game, but you can buy them and then hope that whatever you need is in that crate. If it's not, carry on grinding or get out your wallet and spend the money. So this is really what made Need for Speed Payback rubbish. I mean, I've played all those Need for Speed games since 2012. I have played them, and they're all rubbish. Just, I don't even think, those games don't even deserve the Need for Speed title on them anymore, because it's like, to look back at like the first 4 Need for Speed games and then look at what they are now, and it's just no, it's awful what the franchise has become. And these characters, I mean, in the mobile game it's fine because they're not voiced, but in the modern games, these characters that EA come up with and the voice actors they use, it's terrible. It's like, I don't want to play this game. Even if this game was good, I don't want to play your game because I don't want to spend time with these people. And yeah, it's just awful characters. Like, I just really don't like looking at you. I don't like the way you talk. Your dialogue is just gobbledygook nonsense. It's just rubbish. And unfortunately, this mobile game has these crates again, and you open them and then you can get a part. Is it the part that you need? Probably not, because EA wants you to get out your wallet. And I still don't see the difference between this and gambling. Because you're paying money to open a bunch of crates, hoping that you will, it's the same as paying money to be given cards, hoping that you'll get cards that add up to 21. It's the same thing. And more than likely, the odds are against you getting 21, the same as the odds are against you getting a super rare part for your Subaru or whatever. You might get a super rare part for a car that even, you're so far into the game, you're getting a super rare part for a Subaru. You go put it on your Subaru, won't help you because you're not driving that car anymore. You've got a freaking Koenigsegg. So why do you need a super rare part for a Subaru? That's how these games work. And yeah. But okay, the intro race is over. So this is like the first real race in the game, yeah. So we get to accelerate a little bit there to get your revs up. So when you launch, you can do a launch. I did a perfect launch, and then that's it. That's the end of the race right there. Because there's nothing to do now. Just steer. And you can swipe up when you want to use your nitrous. So that's all you do. There's no skill involved. There's nothing. There's no test here. I mean, this is cool for like people who are like younger than 5 years old, I guess. But nah, it's definitely not a real racing replacement. And the graphics and everything's cool. It looks cool and everything, but it's just got, those are the two killer things that you don't actually get to drive the car at all. It's not even like an arcade driving game. It's just a platform game. You just steer the car along the road. There's no corners that you need to brake for. It's just a bit pointless, really. I don't know. But there's no challenge in that. If you've never played a racing game before, this is a great starting point. But yeah, nah, not for me. I've played more challenging games on a freaking NES. You know, those old F1 games on NES, that was more challenging than this. Days of Thunder on NES was more challenging than this. Because in Days of Thunder, on the NES, you had to hit the brakes and go into the pits to refuel. And that was tricky. I could never get that right when I was a kid. When I was a young kid in the 80s. I could never get that right. And also in the Top Gun game, getting that refueling rig hooked up to the plane while in midair, the midair refueling, could never do that when I was a kid. But yeah, those games are more challenging than this, because this is just point your car in there, it just goes. It's just like yay. It's not even. It's even worse than real racing with all the assists on, because with real racing with all the assists, you're still on a racetrack that has like hairpin corners that you actually have to tilt your phone more than just a little bit. This is just tilt your phone slightly to go through these little curves. Yeah, and you see now, what is this motor and why are we doing this? Can't you just give me money and say, here's all the parts on your car you can upgrade? Do you want a racing filter or a street motor? Yeah, I can't afford that, so let me do some more races. You got to do all these things, you can claim all this. Now we're getting gold, so we're back into gold. Gold is probably extremely expensive to buy and extremely difficult to come by in the game. Probably you have to watch a lot of ads to get gold. So, yeah, but we come out to these missions, and all right, we got to win some events. Okay, great. We're going to earn reputation, and we might get, I don't know what that was, pistons or something. It's so bad. And the thing about this is accepted now. So if you're younger than me, this is just the norm for you. And I feel sorry for you, because you'll never know how good this could have been, how good this used to be. You can't have a race without these stupid characters interrupting you all the time. I don't know, guys. Maybe you like Need for Speed. It's not for me. The older games, yeah, that was cool. I mean, last year, in fact, 2025, I played through Need for Speed Underground 2 and Need for Speed Most Wanted, the original Most Wanted, not the bullshit 2012 one. I still play through those games. I like them. Those were the best Need for Speeds. And they haven't done a better job of any game since then. Some have come close. The Need for Speed Undercover was, this is a nice try. But really, they haven't come close. And just remake those two games, do it properly. Maybe change from Criterion, I don't know. They seem to be struggling. But yeah, this is just more of that, more of the same thing. And there won't be a time trial, because there's no point in it. You can't accelerate and brake, so there's no lap time, doesn't matter how, it's just go and do things. So all the fun of trying to beat other people's times or doing the multiplayer in Real Racing 3, Yeah, that's not here. You won't find that here. This is basically just progress through the game. Here's a game, progress through it. This is I can't, somehow they've not killed this. They've killed Real Racing 3 and not this crap. That's why I say, how can this be the norm? People are racing around in this game, trying to earn whatever currency you need to earn to open a box to get a part which might be common or uncommon or rare or something, to put it onto their car so their car goes faster without them having, but you're not pressing any buttons you just do the same races faster. I don't understand it. It's just, there's no challenge. It's just, there's nothing. Just go to the casino and play blackjack, play roulette. It's the same thing. Maybe the ball will land on your number, maybe it won't. Maybe you'll get the part in your little box crate junk thing here, maybe you won't. So, yeah, unfortunately it's a good looking game. It's ruined by EA's monetization systems. For me, no, not for me. It's Need for Speed Payback all over again. I can just see that. But it seems to be working for a lot of you guys because they're not killing this game. This is the game they're saying, hey, we're killing Real Racing 3, but here, click here and install Need for Speed. And here we go, more crates. Open crates. Here we go. See, we got an uncommon Golf. So is there a common Golf? Is there a rare Golf? Or is just a Golf an uncommon car? What is it? Well, look, if I get a premium crate, I'll get some other nice cars. So I'll get one for free. All right, you won't get anything in a free crate. Come on. You remember that time on FIFA? Got that free pack, premium gold pack, opened it, and in there was Messi and Ronaldo. Yeah, that doesn't happen. So what did you get in that free pack? Nothing. Nothing. I don't even know. Yeah, and then there's materials and there's blueprints. I'm not even going to bother trying to race through this game to find out what that does. Probably now you've got a rare part, but you need a blueprint to install that part. No. Like, if you look at this, I'm looking at this on my timeline here. We're approaching 18 minutes. We've done 3 races. Neither one has lasted a minute. So there's not a lot of actual... The game's called Need for Speed. It's like, oh, that means I want to drive fast. There's not a lot of fast driving in this game. It's more all on this menu, opening boxes, listening to shithead characters popping up and interfering with just everything. It's so bad. Yeah, I was looking if you could, is there a way that you can adjust the sensitivity on the steering to make it just try and feel a bit more real? No, I wouldn't even say it's arcade. The feel, it's not even an arcade feel to it, because arcade style games feel better than this. Yeah, I don't know. Not for me. If you guys like it, you like it, carry on playing it. I wish you the best of luck, and I hope whenever you open a crate that you get exactly what you're looking for. I know that won't happen, but you have my I'm hoping for you guys. But this ain't gonna be the game that I play on my phone once Real Racing 3 is completely not working anymore. I'll have to keep looking for something to entertain myself. So, hey, if you guys have any suggestions of games, racing games on mobile that I should check out, let me know and I'll check them out. I looked at one other one. I can't remember what it's called now. And I'll come back later on in the week maybe and tell you about that one. Oh, look, I've got a mystery prize. Let's see what it is. It's a connector. Can connect shit. Yeah, that's Need for Speed No Limits. If you guys are playing it and enjoying it, keep doing that. It's not for me. I wouldn't recommend it as a Real Racing 3 replacement. Is nowhere near. I'll just disconnect this one. Have a good time all the time, guys. Cheers.